Blah, 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 blah. Certified Yapper. Welcome to the Certified Yapper podcast. I'm your Certified Yapper, Ellie Kate Grant, and today I am joined by a fellow Yapper, Navia Spadafora. Navia, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Why are you laughing?
This isn't funny. This is serious. This is so serious.
Because I feel like I'm on like one of those internet shows.
You are. You are an internet show.
I'm literally an internet show now. I've had one special guest named Navia Spadafora, who everyone knows.
Everyone.
Today, we will be talking about the rise and the subsequent fall of Disney Channel. Now, me and Navia lived through the same generation of Disney.
Boy, did we live.
We lived. We created our own fan fiction. Not written.
That's important. That's important.
We didn't write fan fiction. We played the characters.
We were the fan fiction.
We were the fan fiction before fan fiction was even invented.
Well,
before we knew that fan fiction was fan
there
fiction.
We go. Yeah.
And
before you experienced the joys of AO3.
And we were kind of on the tail end of the fall, I believe.
The fall or the rise?
Well, we were on the tail end of the rise and the fall. We
experienced it all.
We experienced it all. We were not alive when High School Musical came out, but we were alive when the third one was released in theaters. We were 2 years old. But we did watch it a billion times. Maybe not the third one, but the first one.
No. You watched it a billion times.
I watched the first one a lot, but the second one I watched more, and I especially watched Bet on It. And my brother knows most of that dance because I watched it so much.
We need to go to like a golf field so you can do that dance in the real element.
Oh, God. Cue the clip.
I'm not gonna stop till I get my shot.
Anyway, I believe that we were like the silver age of Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Because the gold age was definitely like, That's So Raven, Hannah Montana,
yeah,
High School Musical, and all that.
Yeah.
But we were not alive for most of that, for some of that. Or we were like 3.
That's kind of crazy to say.
But we were alive for hits, like Dog with the Blog.
God, no.
That episode where he licks do you remember this? Where he licks, did you watch Dog with the Blog?
Yes.
Definitely did.
I feel like I did, but like, I feel like whatever is about to come out of your mouth, I'm gonna be like,
licks the peanut butter off of her toes.
I'm gonna need a minute for that one. I'm gonna need a minute for that.
Because that was crazy to watch as a kid.
That was definitely like the director being like, oh, I have children in this, let me just do something real quick.
That's weird, right? That's like some Dan Schneider stuff.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of, yes. We're not here to talk about him.
We're not going to talk about him or Nickelodeon. Okay. So, today we'll be talking about the rise, what we consider the rise.
Yeah.
And what we consider the fall, and some other factors that might have contributed.
What went wrong?
Yeah. What went wrong?
That is the question.
Anyway.
So much.
So, I think part of what made Disney Channel so good was the fact that they had people, like actors, like children actors, who could do everything. They could act somewhat, most of the time.
Sometimes, occasionally.
And they could sing.
Sometimes,
most of the time.
occasionally.
Cue Jordan Fisher singing the Do you want to build a snowman?
Do you wanna build a snowman?
I was thinking about Zac Efron not really singing in High School Musical, but that works too.
Okay, wait, he did not sing in High School Musical 1.
No, but he sang the other two, right?
He sang in the other 2.
Yeah.
With the actors being able to sing, and then Disney having their own record, like, company, that they were then able to, like, profit on the children even more, because then they were able to release the, like, soundtracks.
Okay.
And then we were able to listen to them.
Yeah.
In the car.
In the car. Everywhere.
And they were on my iPod. My iPod Touch.
That's a crazy sentence.
Along with Justin Bieber.
I don't know if you should be admitting that on the internet.
Oh. I mean, okay.
If I was a boyfriend, I'd never let you go. Uh-huh.
Yeah? I didn't have a crush on him like the weirdos did.
Okay, I know that. I did put that together.
I just thought that he was kind of eating.
And do you think that now?
Yes. Ooh, you got that young. And then we had bangers like the High School Musical soundtracks. We had the Descendants soundtrack.
Oh my Descendants.
Oh my god. We loved a DCOM back in the day. We
Back
loved
in the
a DCOM.
You say that like we don't love it now.
Disney Channel original movie. If you know, you know. We loved a DCOM.
We love the DCOM.
We still watch them.
Yeah.
Teen Beach Movie. Don't stop the music.
I feel like we need to like rewatch this and like when in like a few years and just take a shot every time you start singing.
Teen Beach Movie. I remember when Teen Beach Movie 2 came out.
Okay, I also remember that, but I cannot for the life of me remember what happens in that movie.
Honestly,
I just remember-
I remember watching it when it came out, like
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only remember the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, the second one, they were not at the beach. They were back at high school.
Yeah.
And then they had broken up. I don't remember. But we had the Teen Beach. We had the Camp Rock.
Oh god, Camp Rock. There we go. Camp Rock!
Camp Rock with the Jonas Brothers.
Oh god.
Which is another, like, that's so, like, Disney Channel created pop stars.
Yeah, they were like, let's get these three brothers. Oh, you have another one? We don't want him.
Oh, they have promise rings? Let's take them. Do you remember the promise ring schedule?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, I actually do. I can't explain it in enough detail to make sense. But they had promise rings, and so that was like a whole thing.
Like,
Like they had promise rings that they were going to like abstain.
how'd that work out for them?
I'm not sure. I don't think it worked out very well.
I don't think so either.
I don't think anything. Actually, a lot of things worked out well for the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, they broke up and are they still currently back together?
Yeah, they're still back
Okay.
together, but just a lot going on with the Jonas Brothers currently. So we had the Jonas Brothers. We had Demi Lovato.
Oh, yes.
We had Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Was she on Wizards of Waverly Place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Peak show.
Peak show.
Love that show. Great movie, honestly.
Oh, that's another thing. They had the DComs that were based on the
Yeah.
shows.
The Wizards of Waverly Place movie is very good.
The
I like it a lot.
Wizards of Waverly Place was so good, and it came on like early, like at like 7:00 or like 6 a.m. and we would watch it in the bed. Like my parents would wake me up, and then I would just sit in the bed and watch Wizards of Waverly Place.
That makes sense for you.
Yeah, and Ant Farm too.
Oh, Ant Farm. I rewatched Ant Farm recently, and every single episode I was sitting there, and I was just baffled by how good I thought it was.
No, it's kind of bad now.
It's kind of really bad, and especially in the third season, where I don't remember if you know the characters, but I'm just gonna start saying characters' names, and
okay.
who cares?
I'll just
But,
pretend like I know.
When Olive and Fletcher randomly decide that they love each other, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, guys, no. You've had a sibling dynamic this entire show. What do you mean all of a sudden you're dating? Olive had a boyfriend named after a pencil, and that was great.
He was named after a pencil?
Dixon Ticonderoga? Do you not remember this?
No, I don't. I only remember that there was an ant farm.
No,
Is there an ant farm? Like an actual ant farm?
technically at one point, but that was just because Gibson had an ant farm for some reason.
Okay, that's the only thing I remember from that show.
No, but like, it was great. And then all of a sudden, like, Lexi, the bully who kept making fun of them for being smart, was revealed to be like a math genius, and I was like,
That's some internalized hatred.
that's crazy.
Do you remember Pair of Kings?
Is that the one that had the guy who recently got like arrested?
Yes, and then the third
Okay.
season they just changed.
Yes. I have no idea what the show is about. That's all I know about the
Okay,
show.
so there were these two guys, and they were best friends or brothers or something, but they were not. I don't know if they were brothers or not. And they inherited an island or something like that, and then
I feel like we're gonna look up what the plot of the show is after this, and you're gonna be so far off.
oh my god, I loved Pair of Kings though. I watched. Okay, that was Disney XD.
Oh, Disney XD was a whole different flavor.
Disney XD was like, okay, so they
It was honestly Disney Channel for boys.
yes, so they made Disney Channel for girls. They made Disney Channel. Then they were like, there's a lot of girls here, and so then they made Disney XD, and then Then we just watched. I watched Disney XD like exclusively for a while. Like I was like the channel. Like when I turned on the TV, it would go to Disney XD, and then I would be like, and this is boring. And then because like Kirby Buckets would be on, and then I would go to Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Kirby Buckets, fun fact.
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
guy, you don't remember Kirby Buckets? The guy who played Kirby on Kirby Buckets is in Cobra Kai.
Not the one your dad met. No,
No.
that's the Kickin' It guy. Wait, wrong karate show. Wrong karate show. That's
Wait,
my bad.
this is some lore drop. So I was the biggest fan of Kickin' It. We watched a lot of Kickin' It.
Yeah, that was one show where you kept talking to me about it, and I just didn't care.
Well, you never watched it.
Yeah, because it was about like karate, and I was like,
I loved karate. I loved the
"Aren't you like a
Karate
black belt or
Kid.
something?"
I was not a black belt.
Your dad is crazy.
My dad did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
yeah.
And so then I ended up doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a little bit. And then I also did karate for a little bit. And so then I was just like, I was so obsessed with karate, with Kickin' It. And that was my favorite show. And then one day,
This is crazy.
the guy who starred as Jack in Kickin' It rolled up to my dad's gym. And my dad got a picture with him because he recognized him from Kickin' It. And then he told me that he was there for a karate tournament, but he was actually there for a drum rally.
This was a recent development. You found this out like what?
I literally found this out like a year ago. That he was actually there for a drum rally.
Your dad sat
My
you
dad
down, and he was
lied to
like, I need to tell you something.
He was like, I don't need to let you down like this when I was a kid.
Yeah, honestly,
Anyway, that is some crazy
that is
lore.
disappointing.
It
Actually,
really is disappointing. He was so cool.
anyway, I did get Kickin' It confused with Cobra Kai. That's my bad. I do apologize. In my defense, I don't. Wait. Who? Okay, the guy that's like the main guy. I think he's the main guy in that. He was in Disney Channel too, right?
In what?
I feel like.
In what show?
Wait, I don't know.
The main guy in Cobra Kai or the main guy in Kickin'
The main guy in Cobra Kai.
Which guy?
There's I could see his face in my brain, and I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know who you're talking
He
about.
looks like a basic white man.
Well, that's most of them.
I don't know. All I know is that Peyton List is there. That's all I got.
Yes, Painless! Jesse! We loved Jesse so
Jesse.
much. We loved Jesse.
Do you know how integral to my being it was when I found out the guy who plays Bertram is gay?
Yes!
That was
We
crazy.
stand Bertram. Dude, do you remember Bertram played one of the characters in the musical version of Ratatouille that they did during COVID? Do you remember that? Do you remember the Ratatouille musical?
Okay, I remember the Ratatouille musical, but I did not know anything about it. I just knew that it existed.
The Ratatouille, the rat of all my dreams.
So that's actually not the point of this episode. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
All
To
right,
Jesse.
all right, let's move on.
All right, let's move on.
To Jesse. We love Jesse. Actually,
Okay, no. I feel like it's important to say I love Jesse the show, not Jesse the character.
Oh, nobody liked Jesse. The only time we liked
Okay, listen, but she walked into Disney Channel.
She walked into
said
Disney
she was going to make
Channel.
history. And that's what that
this is.
was. We do love Debbie Ryan, though.
We love Debbie Ryan. She's a Radio Rebel. I am Radio Rebel.
No, but I'm Radio Rebel.
But I'm Radio Rebel.
No. I'm Radio Rebel. Okay,
This is getting too much. This is too much. I love Debbie Ryan.
Oh,
She's dating the guy from 21 Pilots.
Aren't they married?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they have a really cool house.
I did see that video. Yes, I do remember.
This is really awesome. I hate how off topic I get. Jesse was peak. I think Jesse was peak.
Okay, I think Jesse was in the peak, though.
Yes, I think Jesse was the last peak that Disney Channel experienced.
Yeah.
Because I didn't mean to hit you.
Whoa.
Every episode was a banger. Banger after banger.
And you know who was in that show sometimes? The girl who plays Olive from Ant Farm. Full circle. You're welcome. Creepy Connie.
Oh, dude. Okay,
Her name is like G or something.
The crossovers where they had like Liv and Maddie.
It
and
was
then,
honestly no, but like there were two different types of crossovers. You would have crossovers where it would just be actors from the same show, and then there would be actual crossovers, like the
Like the
Austin
Halloween
and
one.
Allie Jesse crossover.
yes,
That was great.
dude. Halloween crossovers.
Oh my
we
God.
literally watched them like a couple Halloweens ago.
The Good Luck Charlie Jesse crossover.
Yes,
That was
those
great
were
too.
peak. Like the crossovers. Like we watched those live.
But you know what crossover wasn't peak? Lab Rats Elite Force.
Lab Rats Elite Force. That was a flop. But do you know what was the best crossover? Lab Rats versus Mighty Med.
That Those two episodes somehow live in my head so much. And this is coming from someone who I would say Chase is my favorite out of the three, and he spends most of those episodes just in a coma. He's just lying there. He's like,
Chase is like dead. Chase dies, like almost
Chase
dies
is
in that
dead.
episode.
Bree is falling in love with Oliver. It's great.
And then she realizes that the reason she's falling in love with Oliver is because he reminds her of her brother.
That brother that was in the coma. See
That's crazy.
Those two episodes, I think, are the reason that Lab Rats Elite Force flopped, because they got rid of Adam and Leo, and like you had them in the two episodes, the Lab Rats vs. Mighty Red episodes. So you were like giving us a taste of what we could have, and then you took away the number one best comic in the show, Leo, and they were like, "It'll be fine. It's okay."
No, Leo is the reason why Lab Rats stayed together for 4 seasons.
Yeah.
We love Leo. We stan Leo.
And also, Davenport was like barely in Elite Force. And I feel like that also. Like, what do you mean I can't have my slightly queer-coded man? Middle-aged man.
Davenport was so like, why was he in love with the robot in the wall?
He was in love with the robot in the wall, and Douglas was just there.
Dougie!
I am not one to like.
Douglas was so gay.
Yes. I'm not one to like plot points where the villain gets a full redemption arc, but with Douglas, it was perfect.
Oh, it was perfect.
Because he was never really evil. He was just petty.
He was just trying to get his kids back.
He really was.
Like, bro, okay. Douglas from Lab Rats, okay? He was actually the 3 bionic children's actual father.
Actually, it's 4. Remember? Like Daniel or whatever?
Oh, Danny or something like that.
I feel like his name
David.
No, I feel like his name was Daniel.
Daniel?
I'm confident
Daniel, Donald, and Dougie?
No, it's Adam, Bree, Chase, and Daniel, because they're in alphabetical order,
I
remember?
know. Adam, Bree, Chase, and Daniel. Yeah, it's definitely Daniel. Anyway,
Yeah.
so then he's their father. And then his brother took his kids. And then he, like, halfway through the show, explodes, like, their lab and stuff. Like, he, like, actually tried to kill them.
No, but that was so good, though.
That was so good.
That was so good.
That one scene where they're diving into the elevator from the explosion.
If you look it up now, it does look terrible.
It looks so bad, but we
Awful.
thought it looked real. Lab Rats was also connected to Mighty Med,
Yeah.
and Mighty Med was peak.
Mighty Men was so good.
Mighty Med had the kid from
You got this. I believe in you.
Good Luck Charlie,
Yep.
and the other one who was in everything. Anyway,
It was great.
we loved Mighty Med.
And now they have a podcast together.
They do.
And I love that for them.
Oh, full circle moments.
Full circle moments.
I wish I knew what it was called so then I could say, like, go check it out, all of you viewers. But
You can look it
we're
up.
only gonna have like 10 people watch this.
You can look it up.
Okay, I could probably do the whole Mighty Med intro rap.
I'm waiting.
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
It's too long. But it starts with Every Day's an Adventure.
Every day is an adventure.
I think all of those shows just show how like fundamental
So
Disney Channel
bad.
was to our childhood. Like we were so invested. The shows, the DComs, the playlists, the pop stars, all peak Disney Channel.
You know, it's not peak Disney Channel. Basically everything else.
Everything else was not
Everything
peak.
else.
Like
Oh, you know what was really on the cusp for me of like going from okay, these just new Disney Channel shows are okay to okay, this is bad was Andy Mack.
okay, wait, Andy Mack. We need to talk about Andy Mack.
Because it was, dare I say, important.
It was important. It was actually on the like. I think I watched like a couple seasons of Andy Mack, even though I was like aged out of Disney Channel.
Yeah.
And like I was invested in that show.
The concept being that she grew up her entire life thinking that her grandmother was her mother is crazy.
Is crazy. And then,
What do you mean my older sister is actually my mother?
dude,
What am I supposed to do with that?
that was crazy when we found that out. And that was like you find that out like the first or second.
It's the first episode, I think.
Like, bro, we were like,
And then she spends like a weird amount of time trying to get her parents back together once her dad shows back up, and I think it works.
yeah, I think they do get back together.
I think they do get back together, which was like
but then he had a kid.
okay. I do not remember that.
Yes, he had a kid because he was dating another woman. He was in another relationship.
Yeah, I remember that he was in another relationship.
And he had a child.
I'm gonna be real with you. The only things I remember that from that show were the mother-grandmother thing, the fact that her parents get back together, and the gay thing. That's
Yeah.
all I got.
Oh my god.
That scene. Okay, I remember
Oh.
it. A very important part of my childhood. Watching the scene. Wait, is his name?
His name is Cyrus. There's
Cyrus.
Cyrus and then there's Jonah.
Jonah is the guy that Andy and Cyrus like at the same time.
Yes.
So we have Andy, the main character.
Yeah.
We have Cyrus, and then we have the other one. I don't remember the other friend's name. When they're like outside of, is it Cyrus's bar mitzvah?
Yes. Oh my god, yes, yes,
Bat
yes, yes.
mitzvah? I don't. They. And he's like trying to like hint to Andy that he also likes Jonah, but it's not working.
It's not working.
And so he has to like outright tell her. I remember watching that scene with my parents in the room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
That I think was a really important moment for me because I remember being like, okay, why is this like so dramatic? Like who okay, good for you. You both have poor tasted men. Like okay.
Oh my god. And the guy that they liked was named Jonah, and he was on the ultimate frisbee team. And that's why they liked him, 'cause he was so cool
they
and
were in
sporty.
middle school. They were in middle school. But can we talk about Amber, Jonah's girlfriend, and how completely out of
Yeah, she was like in high school and he was like in 8th grade.
Okay, no, I was talking about how she's like way too hot for him, but that's also true.
Oh, well, she was way too hot for him because she was in high school and he
Yeah,
was in 8th grade.
That's fair.
I
I remember
no, because that coming out scene
yeah.
was like fundamental to my childhood.
I don't know how far into the show that you got, but I am vaguely aware of some plot points in the later seasons. And the fact that there is this guy that comes into the show to be a bully to, I think her name is Buffy, the other girl.
Oh, yeah.
She's on the
that sounds
basketball
right.
team. There's no girls' basketball team at their school. So she tries out for the guys' basketball team. She does eventually get on, but the team captain is like a jerk. And I thought they were setting it up to be like, oh, they're going to get together. No. You know what they were setting it up for? For that guy, TJ, to become friends with Cyrus and for them to get together.
Yeah, they got together.
That was crazy.
No, because then that guy ends up being like nice. Like he ends up growing.
He ends up having like a learning disability, and that was like what he was like mad about all of his life because
I don't remember this.
yeah, he has a learning disability and he feels like he's dumb all of the time, so he takes it out on other people. And Buffy helps him realize that he has a learning disability, so they become friends. But like the whole time that they're mad at each other, Buffy is really mad at Cyrus for being friends with him. But Cyrus is like, I don't know what to tell you. He's nice to me. And I'm like, that's the gayest excuse I've ever heard.
Oh my god, and then they had that scene on the swings where they were swinging together.
Yes.
Okay, so that show was kind of revolutionary. It was peak. It was
very-
crazy for its time, but it was also not peak Disney Channel.
It was not peak Disney Channel, but it was important because it started the discussion of can we have queer people in Disney Channel? The answer after the fact is no. Not really.
No,
And
not
then
really.
Owl House came out of nowhere, and I was like, okay, lesbians, let's go.
See, I never watched the Owl House because that's the point.
I just know.
I just
know it's
never
gay.
watched it. I just know it was gay.
Yeah,
But so they had and then that show got canceled.
it did.
Yeah. So they never finished that show.
Oh,
But it got canceled and that was really sad, and I remember like a lot of people were annoyed online. But so Andy Mack was very much like after the peak, kind of during its fall, in my opinion. But it was still like kind of revolutionary television. I think it was revolutionary television, not revolutionary Disney Channel television.
Alex, the creator of Gravity Falls, walked so the people that made Andy Mack could run.
Yeah. And you can quote that. You know what was the fall of Disney Channel?
What?
Bunked.
Oh, the fact that you would say that name in my presence.
Bunked. Guys, my homies hate bunked. Guys, we hated bunked. Okay.
What even like? What were they? I think they were just trying to monopolize on like Jesse's success, but they didn't do it right because if you're gonna monopolize on the success of one show, keep the actors from that original show. Don't just like if they were going to leave, then end the show. That show had like 5 seasons.
So many seasons, and I feel like it's still going.
No, it has since been ended. I do know that for a fact.
But it ended when all the original Jesse people had left.
No, all the original Jesse people left in like season 2. It kept going, and they got a new round of people, and then they got a new round of people after that.
That's crazy. See, okay. I remember the first season was kind of good, I guess. Like, I watched the first season, but it was not Jesse good. And
No.
also, they didn't have Cameron on there. They didn't have...
Well, yeah, because he was doing
Luke.
Descendants.
He was doing Descendants and Peak Show, Gamer's Guide to pretty much everything on Disney XD. Which was gas. Not as... But...
No.
But what was bad was Bunked. Bunked was bad. I remember the first season was kind of okay. And then we had that one season where they had like the really nice cabins. Do you remember this?
No.
There was that one point where the cabins were really nice. Like they had a slide inside the cabin and stuff like that. And I feel like that was after the people left. I don't remember. But once the cabins got nice and it was no longer like an old rundown
No.
camp. We're leaving the city behind right now. Let's gather by the campfire light and sing this song.
I think you're the reason why certain songs haunt my dreams.
So we don't like Bunked. I think Bunked is the reason why Disney Channel flopped at the end.
They were trying so hard with that show too. They like kept putting money
Well,
into
but
it.
I think Bunked is like fundamentally why, because Disney Channel stopped trying to make like original things.
Yeah.
Right? Because like Bunked was very much like a reboot kind of.
Lab Rats Elite Force.
Lab Rats Elite Force.
an attempt.
They're like bringing back Phineas and Ferb, which we loved Phineas and Ferb, but also like make something new. Oh my gosh.
Original ideas. Have one.
Have one. Descendants 2. Then we had Descendants 3. Then we had Descendants Rise of Red. Or something like that.
Did you watch that? Did you ever watch that? I haven't either. But all I know about that is the wig situation. Are you familiar with the wig situation?
No.
Okay. So the girl who plays like Cinderella's daughter or whatever, the blue-haired one, in like every single scene of her wig is slightly different. And they all look bad. Like there's one where like her hair is in like really tight ringlets and it comes down to here. There's other ones where it's like looser curls and it's like longer. It's a whole thing. There were like 4 or 5 different wigs that you can pick out throughout the movie, and it's so funny because this is something that you guys have made a brand off of. There are dolls off of this. You have basically monopolized like Disney movies characters' children. And you put that little effort into the 4th movie.
I feel like they wanted to make a bunch of money off of it, but then they didn't put any money into it.
They wanted to make a bunch of movie off of it, and then one guy was like, what if we wrote in the line "Call us Gelatin"? And they were like, yes.
Call us Gelatin. He's like, he's so attractive. We're riding down together on magic carpet ride.
Yeah. Whoever wrote that, I don't know who you are, but I will find you. And honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do, but it won't be good for you.
That's crazy. Rise of Red was kind of interesting because it was hosted on Disney Plus,
Yeah.
right? And also Disney Channel, but also like most of the viewers of it were on Disney Plus.
Did they put it on Disney Channel too?
I think so, but I don't know if Disney Channel is still. I know Disney XD is only on cable for like
Mhm.
3 countries now.
Oh.
And Disney Plus, I mean, not Disney Plus, Disney Channel, I think is on less countries. So I
Okay.
think they definitely like,
I mean, obviously
Played it
Disney,
on there.
obviously Disney Plus had like an impact. It like cut everything down.
yeah. I saw something that said that in 2020, when Disney Plus was launched, they lost 33% of their viewers on Disney Channel, which is a lot.
But that honestly makes sense though.
Which I also feel like they had probably already lost a bunch of viewers anyway, because I feel like less people were watching Disney Channel then, especially because like the generation after us has a lot more things to watch, children's shows to watch, like at their
Yeah.
disposal. Like you could open YouTube any day.
And it also makes sense having the switch to Disney Plus because the generation after us also has a reliance on streaming services.
Yeah, we relied on cable for most of
Yeah.
our lives. Like
I love cable.
we saw the rise of streaming. Like we had OG Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we had OG Netflix, but we still had
No, we
Cable.
didn't. We didn't though because the OG Netflix was the thing where you had to like, it was like Blockbuster.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right. Oh my god, I miss Blockbuster.
That was so loud.
I miss Blockbuster movie. So streaming services definitely led to the fall because I don't even know if they put original stuff on
No,
Disney Channel
because
anymore.
like I feel like the streaming services, they were bringing in enough money to where they stopped trying to like market the children around. So you don't have like if you think about like the people who are on Disney Channel now, none of them are like really recognizable outside of the shows that they're in. Like you have people like we were talking about like Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez, who were like music people.
Yes, they were like Disney's
stars.
children.
They were stars outside of the shows that they were in.
Yeah.
We don't really have people like that anymore.
Yeah, you don't have like a pop star. You don't have we don't have the Jonas Brothers. Like obviously the girl who's starring in The Rise of Red, like she's trying to have her own music career, but it's obviously
it's not sponsored by Disney.
It's not sponsored by Disney, I don't think. And it's not like to the extent of like Miley Cyrus, right? Like
yeah.
Like it's not that. It's not a Selena Gomez music career. And I think a lot of the shows on Disney Plus, like they're obviously still making kids shows on there, but again, they're doing like reboots or like things for the nostalgia factor, which I feel like are not original.
That started in like the end of like the generation of Disney Channel shows that we watched though, because I feel like we had Raven's Home kind of like
was Raven's
at the
Home.
end of what we were watching.
Yeah, so they had already started that, and now like Disney itself does not put out original content. Like they're making like Toy Story 5. Hello?
God.
Like we don't want that.
We didn't need Toy Story 4, but Toy Story 4 also ended on such like a nice little note.
But I feel like Toy Story 3 ended on a nice little note.
It did.
If you had told past me that Toy Story, that there would have been 2 more movies after Toy Story 3.
If you had told past me that Toy Story 4 was going to be about a fork.
No, literally. Why?
Who sat down in the writer's room and was like, I have the best idea that anyone has ever had. Picture a fork with popsicle cleaners. What are they called?
Popsicle sticks?
No,
pipe cleaners?
Pipe cleaners. Thank you. Picture a fork with popsicle cleaners. Let me say my sentence. Picture a fork with pipe cleaners for arms. That is our future. And everyone around him went, Yup. That sounds like a great idea, Jim.
They said,
that's done it again, Jim.
That's gonna fly off the shelves.
Yeah.
I think what else is the issue is that the Disney Channel shows of now, or the Disney Plus shows, kind of, do not have the drama. Like, no one is ever going to understand Maddie, Diggy, and Josh, and that that love angle. Okay, not a love triangle.
It was never a love triangle. Honestly, it was more just like Maddie and Josh in a relationship, and Diggy just sticking his head through the doorway every 5 minutes.
I'm sorry that I went on a trip to.
I'm sorry that I completely ignored your feelings. I saw you on the TV with another man, and I must have you for myself.
Maddie, do you remember
why he's talking like
Maddie,
that?
do you remember we used to play basketball?
Ryan does not sound like that.
Ryan McCartney. I wish I could stand up and do the Great Gatsby fall. Okay.
Just know how much we want to.
We want to do the Gatsby to the knees. I mean, Ryan, we love you. Don't come after us on Instagram. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so they had like a poll where they polled the people online.
The people of America. And the people of America said, Josh.
We want Maddie with Josh.
And the Disney Channel people were like, well, we've already filmed her getting back with Diggy, so actually, screw all of
that
you.
kind of sucks for you, but she's getting back with Diggy. And this was also all when they were in California.
They were, because Parker wrecked their house.
Again, the drama, like no Disney Channel show is having their entire house fall.
And then there was that entire scene where Joey like had like a revelation that he was in love with Willow, and then they completely undid that the second they got to California.
And okay, Joey,
like they were like, actually, we're just better as friends. What do you mean you're just better as friends? She has liked you for her entire existence on this show, and you just created this very dramatic performance to reveal that you also love her back. What do you mean you're better as friends?
Well, he was the Falcon.
He was the Falcon.
And then he had a really great comedian career.
Yeah, he did.
So the Disney Channel shows of now do not have the drama.
No.
They don't have the pizzazz. They don't have the like, oh my gosh, who's gonna end up with who?
Because it just follows it's just the same format.
It's flat, and it's like the same shows that they've already done, or it's like a reboot, or it's like a new thing, but like, is it really? Like they have the villains of Villains of Valley View or something stupid like that. And it's literally Wizards of Waverly Place. Like, again.
I also feel like we do run into the problem of like society now where it's like, are there any more original ideas?
Yeah, are there original ideas? Are the children, like are kids still watching kids shows? Because I feel like, okay, so Disney Channel was definitely for, like, the tweens.
Yeah.
Like, it was for when you weren't, like, a little kid, but you also weren't a teenager.
Yeah.
And so that's what Disney Channel was. So, but I feel like that's not a thing anymore with kids. Like, I feel like Gen Alpha very much skips the tween and is very much like either kid or teen. Like, I feel like there's no tween anymore. Obviously, we can say, like, the next generation is not, like, they're worse than us. Right? But, like, I feel like every generation says that.
I feel like with me, it's just that I find children annoying.
Yeah.
So I just...
Navia's number one op is children.
Every child ever. I'm so sorry.
But I feel like they don't have the tween stage anymore. It's very much kid to teen.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what Disney is trying to adapt to, but they're adapting to it in a way that's relying on like things that they've already done instead of like making new things to adapt to the new society, and it's not working.
Yeah, it's not working, and it's flopping, and I just don't think it's not as good. And I think that's why no one watches Disney Channel anymore. Like, no one is going to pull up to school and say, "Did you watch Descendants last night?" Like, no one's going to do that. Like, everyone used to do that. Like, we would stay up and watch, like, the shows that were coming out.
I mean, mind you, stay up meaning like 9 p.m.
Stay up meaning, like, 8/7 Central.
Yeah.
At 8/7 Central on Disney Channel.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, yeah, we need to do the... Okay.
Wait, no, we
We were talking about before this that we need to do the Disney Channel intro thing where it's like...
Can you get like an eye tracking thing, but with our hands, so we can see how badly we actually did?
I wish.
That might be too much money for the Senior
My
Project
name-
podcast.
My name is Ellie Kate, and you're watching Disney Channel. Boop, 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 boop. And then I have to say then I have a line at the end. I'm like, wow, that was crazy.
No. You have to go, she's really good.
She's really good.
She's really good.
I did not expect you to do that, and that was so good.
Well, like, that is so...
That's how you play piano.
Yeah.
And I would know.
That's literally the piano.
Yep.
Navi would know. She took piano for, like, most of her life.
I don't want to talk about it.
Now, I think it's important to acknowledge that after all of this, after however long we talked about, which is kind of a long time, that maybe our tastes are not the children of today's tastes.
We are not the youth.
We are not the youth anymore.
No.
I fear I am an adult. We are not the youth anymore.
Oh, I don't like that.
This one's not an adult.
No. I thought you were gonna like awkwardly touch my cheek, and I was like, hello.
I pinch your cheek. She is not an adult. Okay.
No.
And so I fear that maybe we are not the best judges of if Disney Channel flopped. Because, like, what if the shows now are just, like...
what if
the kids actually like the shows?
We should bring in a child.
Yeah, where are the children? And
Let me call up my 7-year-old cousin real quick.
let's bring in the child! And, like, a 2-year-old walks out. Not even a 2-year-old. Probably, like, a 7-year-old, right?
I'm telling you, my cousin would be perfect. He loves Junie B. Jones.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I love Junie B. Jones!
His school had a Halloween thing where they had to dress up like a book character, and he went as a character from Junie B. Jones. He also has a Lego replica of Titanic. So he is in fact better than me.
Who is this kid? I love this kid. But I think, like, we can't really determine if the shows have flopped. Because, I mean, we do rewatch, like, the old shows that we
Yeah.
watched as kids. And obviously we watch them because they're nostalgic. But also, we do admit that they're kind of bad.
They are off. I think one of the only shows that holds up is like Liv and Maddie.
Liv and Maddie holds up. Lab Rats holds up.
Mighty Med holds up.
Mighty Med holds up. I think every child of the day, like every child being born, needs to watch Liv and Maddie and Lab Rats.
Yeah.
And then hopefully the Lab Rats crossover will inspire them to watch Mighty Med. I think that is it. I think that's all we have for today.
I think that's good. I think
Wow.
we've talked for long enough.
I think we've talked for long enough. I would like to apologize on behalf of your ears for having to listen to us talk and also listen to us laugh. I hopefully will cut all that out because we laughed a lot.
I feel like every single time we had a moment of silence, we were just like
We were just like falling forward for most of this video. We were just like,
falling forward, but not like Gatsby.
not like Gatsby.
That's what you got to end on. That
Um,
and cut to black.
And cut to black. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out my other videos. Some of them I don't have another guest on, so you're just gonna have to listen to me. But that'll be just as exciting. Am I right?
It will.
Am I right?
will.
I have one on Dance Moms. I have one on Mr. Beast. That's a great episode. I have one on AI, which is probably to blame for some of for the
If we
fall of
just,
Disney
if
Channel
we
a
just
little
start
bit.
blaming AI for all our problems, I think we're set.
Yeah, I think we just need to start blaming AI for all
Yeah.
of our issues. Make sure to drop your social security number down in the comments, and also what your favorite Disney Channel show was.
And if you don't say lab rats, we will judge you.
If you don't say Lab Rats, we will judge you.
It's just
Okay, see you later.